Hi, welcome back to Sports with the Girlies, for the Girlies. I'm Marley, and to my left we have C, and then to my right we have Big Claude. We got a few things to talk about today. Starting off with Unrivaled, right?
Yes.
See, I feel like you have a lot to say about this, so I think you should start.
I just think it was very comedic to me to see. Comedic, yes. Humorous, some would say. To see New York's pride and glory, Miss Stewart, competing in her own league's tournament, get absolutely knocked out by Aaliyah Edwards, our beautiful UConn alum. We love.
Wait, how many points was it?
It was a.
Wait, was it 21-0 they were playing? Or was it 15 or 16?
I think it's like 15 or 16. They
feel
played two.
Yeah.
It was like 15, because I remember it was 13-0 at one point, and then...
Yeah, like that's...
12-0.
That's really embarrassing, I think.
It's a little concerning, for sure.
But it goes to show. Yeah. The young girls don't play around.
Oh, I thought you were going to say UConn girls do it best.
Do it best.
But, I mean, granted, they're both from UConn.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that, but then I was like, I can't say that because UConn.
Two different eras, though, and I feel like, I mean, Aaliyah clearly showed that the greatness did not stop.
Right, but I also think
Rihanna
Aaliyah
graduated.
stood her ground.
She
Like,
did.
she stood on business. Like, heavy.
No, yeah, she made it all the way through.
I think she should have won. Like, the
I
whole
think so.
thing.
I
I don't
think
think
so, too.
Nafisa should have been competing.
I agree, and I think that's why Rihanna lost the way she did, because she shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah.
And the universe knew that, and they said, let me just handle this real quick. Because if you are the majority owners of the league, granted they all have equity, that's a part of their contracts, but if you're the majority owner, you're benefiting the most from the success of this league. There's no reason why you should then be competing in a tournament with
Yeah.
the rest
I
of the
agree.
players who do not have that same level of equity for a cash prize.
Yeah. Like, you're getting the bag anyways, so, like, you don't need an extra bag, I
Right.
feel. I feel like it's just, like, taking away, like, the opportunity for a lot of the younger girls, per se. Like, I guess a lot of them are part of, like, that NIL, like, era, I guess, in that sense, but I feel like they are taking away from the actual, like, whole picture kind of thing, like, and it just isn't, I feel like, not fair in a sense.
Yeah, like, I get the idea of having them included because the whole point is to see who is the best of the, whatever. Like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like there should have been some, like, alternate situation if one of them won with the money. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels like there wasn't enough thought put in there.
I feel like, or they could have done more of like a younger, like, I don't know, like younger 1v1 and like an older 1v1 kind of thing, and then just two separate brackets, kind of by age, I feel like, or like maybe by experience. I don't know, like that's something that I guess to think of, because like I think it just, again, like it just took away from like the younger girls. Like clearly like the younger girls were very much like competing, and obviously Nafisa was too, but like I don't know, I feel like Nafisa just, I feel like she's just on get back from her loss in the finals. Like I think she's just on get back, period, like in general.
And I can't be mad at that. Like,
Right. Like
I
now
know
she's
she deserves
showing.
it, but-
Like now she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to show out because, I took that loss, but she's bouncing back type beat.
anything, Marley?
No, that's pretty much all I have to say about Unrivaled. Like,
Well, I also saw, like, Nafisa, they asked her about, like, the All-Star games, like, the NBA All-Star games, and they were like, is this something that they should look into, or da-da-da, whatever. And she said something that I thought was, like, obviously interesting to hear. It's, like, because a lot of people don't think about how much of a reputation you're putting on the line, and, like, she thinks, like, a lot of the men won't do it because they are too scared to put their reputation out on the line, which I think is kind of true because, like, I feel like watching Chris Paul go up against Steph Curry, like, those are two of, like, the greats in a way. Like, how would that pan out? Like, is Curry really good one-on-one, or is Chris, like, good like, those kind of things I think are hard to think about, or, like, KD versus LeBron, or, like, something like that, and I think a lot of those guys might not put their reputation on the line.
And yeah, I feel like
Scared.
that would have to be like a rookie class thing.
Yeah, and I feel like they have less to prove.
Yeah, and like if they do prove, like they prove kind of thing. Yeah.
Like they don't need a separate
Like validation.
spotlight.
I don't know, but that was just interesting to think about. But I think there's a lot more going on in the WNBA, and I think she's fuming, and I see the flames coming out of her ears. Like
Fuming?
yes, I think you are.
Why would I be fuming?
Like I just think you are on the low about certain things.
I mean, what I said came true. You know, we got rid of a certain person named Cunningham at Phoenix. That in itself kind of is the win of trade season for me personally. Nothing else can top that. Nothing else can bring me down. I'm
Okay.
feeling pretty solid.
Okay.
I mean, there's some things that bother me, but fuming. What are you talking about?
Okay, what are you bothered by?
What are you talking about?
No, I just think in general, like you've just been a little bit hot about the WNBA trade season.
Thank you. Well, I say that if anything's got me fuming, by far it is Connecticut and whatever the hell is going on in
But
their front office.
yeah, they really fell off. I don't know like what happened.
Because
they like
one-
hit a train wreck or something.
Literally, because every single one of your free agents left, which in itself I feel like garners some like questions about what is happening in the organization that not a single one of them chose to stay, especially when they were on a pretty good
Yeah, they had a solid team.
movement, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've now lost your starting lineup. You're refusing to trade this player. And I personally have never understood trade refusals. It does nothing for your organization to keep someone who doesn't want to be there. It's only going to hurt your culture,
I
your
agree.
chemistry. Like, it does nothing but hurt your image in the end.
I feel like Mabry's also that kind of player that's just like, she doesn't care. Like, she's a Jersey girl. Like, I feel like a lot of Jersey girls just don't. Like, it's just one of those things, like, she played really hard in high school and, like, in college. And, like, you see it now in the WNBA. Like, even when her and Dejanay used to get into it, like, as rivals in a sense. Like, now I feel like she's still that kind of player. Like, she's a no BS kind of girl. And, like, she doesn't really care to put up with it in a sense. So I feel like she wanted out because obviously something else is going on. Like, behind the scenes, so like she just didn't want to be involved in a part of it anymore. And now she's stuck, so I don't know how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, this just sucks for her.
Like
this just sucks.
And it, like, sucks for the team's, like, PR. Like, it's, like, it literally makes no sense to drag this out any further without putting themselves at risk for more damage.
Well, I also just feel like it looks weird. Like, it's just bad because I saw, like, a tweet the other day, like, somebody was like, if I was Mabry, if I got denied, like, you know, like, being able to get traded or whatever, like, I'd be throwing up bricks the whole time, or, like, stuff like that, because, like, she doesn't care, like, or you won't care in the end, because it doesn't matter, like, you don't want to be there, so it's, like, I'm not gonna act like I need to be any different, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot going on in the WNBA. I'm kind of loving, like, all this change, like, I'm, like, kind of for it. Hey, I think DT's, like, still in. Like, I'm still on that.
I mean, I have seen nothing to tell me that she isn't in, so I'm going to continue to be delusional.
I'm not delusional. I think she's in.
Oh, my bad, not delusional, locked in.
Locked in. She's locked in. That's it. DT is locked in.
And she's that kind of person. She's that kind of person to just say, fuck it, I'm coming back. Like,
And she is, though.
right, like, I know she is. It's in her blood.
I
It's
feel
in
like
her
you're
drive.
worried that she's not, like, on the low.
No, like, I'm...
No,
like,
you are,
no,
because I
like...
can see the stress.
No, like, I'm really not. Like, she's definitely... She's gonna be there. Like, she's gonna be there.
But, like, what a team that's gonna be.
Right, and, like, I'm still kind of confused about getting rid of Natasha Cloud. Still don't fully understand what the
I
idea
don't know
was
what the whole
there.
idea was with that.
But I do think with the roster that they're building, like, it's gonna be pretty solid. Like, I'm not concerned about my team.
Well, yeah, their roster is,
Like, are they gonna be a championship team? No.
Wait, what?
And that's fine.
That's not the team I was thinking of. I was thinking of the Dallas Wings. I'm, like, really deep on the Dallas Wings.
Who did the Dallas Wings get?
Like, everyone. Like,
No,
basically everyone.
they did get
They're
a lot of
stacked.
people.
And
Well,
I think,
they got
I think they're
Dejanay
getting...
and Alyssa, right?
Well, yeah, but, like, that wasn't even all that. Like, and I think they're getting Paige. And I think they're going to
That's
get
right,
Anissa Morrow, too.
Dang.
That's like a hefty team, like hefty
But can they
team.
handle all that? Can they handle all
Yeah,
that?
and
talent?
imagine having
I
all
think
that
so.
star
I think
talent
so.
on your team. I don't know what I would do. Like, we would be like WNBA champions for 5 years. Like,
I feel like the Dallas Wings front office though has been kind of sketchy.
They suck.
Right. So like, can they handle that?
well, somehow they've kept Arike around. So
That's
like,
true.
if Arike's staying, there's a reason.
Maybe she's trusting the process.
She trusted the process. Really well. I got her. The whole stacked team. Her and Paige for a backcourt duo. Like,
no, I could
that's
see that. I could
heavy.
see that.
And then Anissa Morrow in there, and then Dejanay and Nalissa, like that's kind of locked.
Wait, now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually crazy. Because I
That's
feel like I blocked the draft out of my mind because I'm so traumatized from my favorite people getting dropped before every season.
True.
That I just
Yeah,
pretend like
yeah.
it doesn't happen. But damn, that's a stacked.
Like, I'm just
draft.
thinking about the lineup. Like, the lineup is so crazy. Like, because I would play more
Even
on the four.
defense too. Like,
Yes, that defense is like locked. Like, you're like locked up on B.
Dude.
Like, there's no getting past that. I need to see who else they have because I just know of obviously like the big names, but I feel like I don't know of a big that they have actually. Nalissa. Oh, Tiara McCowan. I forgot about her. Mississippi State gal. But she's like, I remember when she got drafted. Like, I watched her when she was like in her Mississippi State era.
Okay.
Yeah, I just remember that. She's like one of the girls I remember. So I have faith in her. Then we have this girl Maddie, and I don't really like her, and she's. I don't know how I know who that
She's
is.
from Villanova.
Yeah, but
I was like, yeah, that name sounds familiar.
yeah. Dejanay. I don't know. I feel like this is kind. Wait, hold on. Arike is only 5'8". Wait, that
She
was.
looks small.
Wait, I didn't think she was 5'8". I thought she was
I
at
believe
least
it.
5'10".
Yeah.
I believe it.
Wait, that really just got me. Because how is this 5'8" guard
You crushed your pearls
killing
right
everybody?
Notre Dame loves their tiny guards.
That's
They
true.
do. They do. Mabry's kind of small too. She's only like maybe 6 feet tall, maybe, and that I feel like is even pushing it. Okay, but like Tiara McCowan, like this is kind of a locked roster. Nalissa, Dejanay.
I feel like we've learned though that having a locked roster doesn't mean winning games.
Okay, fine, but when you get Paige and Anissa Morrow, like that is locked. Like that is a heavy draft class to have the two of them come in.
True.
Cause I saw
But then what
that
would the starting five be with them in the mix?
the starting five would be. It would be Dejanay, Paige, Nalissa, maybe Tiara McCowan, probably Anissa Morrow, and Arike. That's like the starting six. Like I'd have
I was about
the
to say
six
that's
in.
definitely more than five. But
Okay, that's the six. But I feel like they don't even have to start Tiara. Like I don't even think they have to start her. I feel like you could start Nalissa at the 5,
Okay.
and then Morrow at the 4, and then I would go Dejanay at the 3, and then Paige at the 2, Arike at the 1. That's locked. That's how I would go.
We have to do a fantasy season between all of us.
I think I would win.
You probably would. I definitely
With
would not. But
My top 5. Like, that was a crazy starting 5. Like imagine that was your starting 5 and you're in that and you're in front office. Like what would you do? Because you're taking Paige in the draft first. Oh, but then I did also see that they might take Sedona Prince.
She is not
But-
getting drafted.
No. She is not getting drafted.
Guys,
She
the tea is so hot
She's
with
the
her.
worst PR ever.
The tea
No
is
team
so
wants
hot
to be
with
near her.
her. But you do have to think about like she
Doesn't
is
she have
so
an actual
huge.
case
She,
going
like,
She
on?
has like 7
She has
cases.
several, like-
It's like
No team is gonna want to touch her.
Yeah, but I saw she might be above Morrow, so like they
Whoever
might take her.
whoever intern at ESPN that made that list clearly
No,
does
it was
not
a
know
W.
anything
It
about
came out
basketball.
from the W, I think.
The W
I could be
is a
lying.
little delusional, and we know this.
Wait, but
Yes.
why has no one spoken out about Sedona Prince? Like, what's going on with her and TCU, and why has no one said anything at TCU? And what's good with their coach, because he seems like he's pretty young and, like, in with the girls, and I don't like that.
Well, I feel like TCU's historically ignored her situations. Like,
Yeah,
they
but,
just
like,
never address
like,
them.
every team.
I think no one's ever addressed those situations. I
Right.
don't even know if Notre Dame did.
I mean, it's best to just stay hush, I guess, to them than indict yourself.
Yeah, but she's also, like, on year 12. Like, what's up with her? Year 12 of college basketball is crazy.
Bro, no, she really is. That's crazy.
Okay,
I think some more. She used her last.
Okay, so but what happens
extra
if
year.
they take her above Morrow and
Since
then she's a Dallas
2018,
Flame?
that was her first year of college ball.
I was in high school when that was happening.
I was also in high school, and I'm older than you.
Like,
Dang.
what does that mean?
No.
What does that mean? No, I was in middle school in 2018.
I was in my second year of high school.
I don't even know.
I was in middle school. You were definitely in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, what?
She doesn't know what year she was in. I think I was dead in 7th grade when she was in her first year of college.
That's wild.
That's like really concerning.
Yeah, because she was born in 2000.
Oh my god, yeah, so she definitely was.
So, like, they're really just...
I feel like she'll go play overseas.
I feel like that's her best bet.
Yeah, I think that's her best bet, but I don't know, with the way the W moves, like, I feel like...
No, I...
Listen, the W's
way.
moving weird. You can't act like they don't move weird.
No, they move weird, but I feel like with the type of incidents she's had and the type of allegations that are against her, it wouldn't make any sense for a W team to align themselves with that. Like, that goes against each team's
maybe
set
Connecticut will.
values and morals. Wild.
Connecticut's, like, off the rocker. They're, like...
And I
losing
feel
as
like
well.
fans would, like,
And they'd eat it up.
speak out about it.
No, I think the Connecticut fans would eat it up.
No, the Connecticut fans, maybe. But, like, overall, league fans would, like, be on that hard.
I just feel like it's so... I don't know. I just scroll on TikTok and I see a new thing about her every day.
Right, and it's confusing to me that so many teams kept picking her up and, like, continuing to let her play on their team.
But it goes back to my TCU thoughts. I think their coach is odd. Like, I saw a video of him and Haley Van Lith, and, like, he seemed, like, way too buddy-buddy hugging her up, and I'm like, why are you touching her so much? Like, and I get that, but then again, like, that's that whole, like, male, like, I guess, like, you can say, like, that's, like, I don't know, like, us being discriminatory towards men, or, like, you know, like, having that certain, like, idea of men or whatever, like, whatever, but I think it was just, like, I don't know, like, it looked sketchy to me, and I didn't like it. But again, like, then it also makes me question, like, why did Haley Van Lith go there?
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple of coaches like that in college that I do question, like, he's one of them. And then, obviously, Kim is always going to be one of them, because, like, how is she so, like, aggressively white, like, super aggressively, like, very white, and has a team of all black girls? Like, that really throws me off. Southern white charm lady, like, I don't know. Like, all of that always throws me off, and, like, I don't know. I just feel a certain way about it, and I think their coach is weird. And I feel like Sedona's super weird, so, like, they might go hand in hand. Like, they must just be besties. See, what are you reading into over there?
I'm reading a post from TCU students complaining about how she isn't removed from the team.
Well, I've heard a lot, like, because in our world of basketball, like, I know managers at TCU, or, like, I've heard people be like, oh, yeah, like, Sedona's really weird, like, she's flirted with us, or, like, she tries to get with us, or, like, things like that, and it's, like, that is, like, really weird. Like, that is really weird.
And for, like, that to be a common thing, and for this person to still be allowed to compete is bizarre. Because there's no way the coaches don't know about it at that point.
Well, yeah, and then her ex, like, said something on TikTok and was like, I saw another video, or another article from wherever, and it was apparently about a girl, like, from before her, like, another girl before her, and, like, there was all these allegations. So it's just consistently more and more allegations always. And I feel like that's just... I don't know, like, I also feel like as the NCAA, like, what's going on with the NCAA? Like...
The NCAA has
Somebody
never
has to
been
do something. Like, Somebody.
But no one's gonna do anything. Like, I need, like, Haley Van Lit to step up to the plate and be like, guys, listen, like, this girl is weird. Like, somebody needs to say something. If not, I will. Like, I need Haley Van Lit to, like, take that charge. Like, she would have in past years. I feel like she's just been so silenced. Like, she needs to say something. Is anyone else on that page?
I agree.
I feel like she's the only one to say something. Like, who else is
Somebody.
gonna say something?
Because, well, she probably isn't allowed to. Like,
True.
but I do agree it would be nice to hear something. But it's just, like, I really don't get how she continues to maintain a platform. And I would be extremely disappointed and shocked by any W team that considers drafting her. Because, like, there's nothing that she can do on the court that another person in the draft class can't do without all of the drama and all of the negative perceptions that are going to come with having her on your team.
Well, I will say, like, is she all that good, though? Like, she's just 6'7".
I feel like she's just
She's
tall.
6'7".
She's mid.
I feel like she's just tall.
She's mid and she's possibly an abuser? Question mark. Do we want her?
Like,
she's
I feel
not
like
even
just because
great.
now she's in college and she's going, like, she's getting points and all that, but I feel like when she's gonna have to go up against, like, centers, like,
And this one.
yeah, and, like, the MVP, the finals MVP, name's not coming to mind for some reason, or, like, Asia Wilson, like, she's gonna get her butt kicked.
Yeah.
I just feel like she gets her butt kicked now, period.
I don't even watch no TCU games.
I don't either, but I feel like I've seen a lot of girls built exactly the same way she's built, and it was really, like, it just gives me, like, no emotion in any of her oceans. Like, she's not there. Like, she's just not there at all. Like, I feel like a layup's not coming out of her block. I will never get over that picture of, what's her face? The one that got into that huge allegation system was that whole issue with the South Carolina girl. What was her name?
Wait,
Lock in right now. I know you're there. On the South Carolina team, what is her name? Number 10.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, it's really like right there on this.
No, because I know who you're talking about.
Wait, tap in right now, guys. Yeah, I will never get over this picture.
Ashlyn Watkins?
Yes. There's a picture. Whoever's editing this needs to insert it right now. Ashlyn Watkins is going up and is dunking on Sedona Prison, and somebody posted like abuser on abuser. Like, somebody said that, and I was cracking up. Not funny at all. Like, not funny at all. But it was just like, there's no way this was posted. Like, there's no way. Like, that's what came of this. But
She was released from the team, right?
No, but she's on the
back
team.
now.
But I don't know what the issue was with her. Like, I honestly, like, I'm a really big fan of the South Carolina girls, and, like, I really ride for Ashlyn Watkins.
We gotta talk about that South Carolina UConn game.
Oh my god, let's not bring that one up. But no, it's a different picture. There's a better one. There's a better one that's, like, so worse. But I feel like I'm, like, a big, I don't know, like, supporter of her in a sense. And so when that whole thing happened, I was like, no, like, it can't be that deep.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how deep it ended up ever being. I know she was released from the team, but then again, like, I think about Dawn Staley. Like, Dawn Staley's not putting up that.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, like, unless they're, like, locked in, like, you know, tight. Bye. I don't know. But yeah, I guess we can talk about South Carolina.
The charges against her were dismissed.
Yeah, they were dismissed, but then she was, like, her record was expunged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it did happen, though.
Yeah. All times.
But yeah, I guess, okay, UConn, South Carolina, go ahead, rip it
Well,
apart.
no, because, listen, I was rooting for South Carolina. I did not expect that game to go the way that it went.
The way that it went.
I looked at, it was halftime. I looked at the scoreboard.
This
rough.
is Sunday?
It was rough.
Yeah, we were, like, getting on our flight back from Tulane, and we're sitting there, and they're like, yeah, like, they just got blown out by 30. I'm like,
87-58.
that's, like, a crazy difference. But then again, like, yes, but, like, there's a better image, like, trust. I swear, like, the dunk is crazy. But I'm just concerned, like, Dawn obviously said whatever she said after the game. She was just like, yeah, we did not play good, and that was crappy, and that was embarrassing, and we need to lock in. Was essentially what she said. So I don't know, like, what happened, though, because I feel like a lot of their losses, because then they also lost to Texas, which was concerning, and then they also lost to UCLA, which was also concerning. But UCLA is kind of that team this year.
Yeah, UCLA.
They're, like, pretty tough this year. I will give it to them, fine. But I'm just concerned more at the fact, like, I always think about who's, like, in the game, like, and who was playing or, like, who isn't playing. Like, I think Malaysia Fulwiley plays, like, a lot bigger of a role than a lot of people think. And I think the UCLA game, I don't think she played in that game. Or something, I don't know. Or maybe it was one of the games that it was, like, really tight and close. But I don't know, like, I don't know how South Carolina's going to do this year. I'm worried.
Yeah.
To say the least.
You gotta keep the faith, man.
Yeah, but okay, so who do you
Always
think would
will,
win the
but-
national championship? Currently, like, who's your current thought?
Okay, so deep in my heart, I don't tell people this because it's embarrassing. Deep in my heart, I am a UConn fan.
That's
and
not
I have
embarrassing,
always
though.
been a UConn fan. Oh, I think, well,
Wait, I don't think that's embarrassing because I think they're pretty up there right now.
I don't know, people get real upset when I say
believe
that
in
I'm
the
like,
Candace Parker curse.
I don't believe that anything can stop
what's
a
the
team
Candace
from doing
Parker
well than
curse?
its own performance.
It's like a long time ago when like Gino was the coach for Team USA. He like didn't pick Candace Parker, and I think he picked Brianna Stewart over Candace Parker to be like on the roster or something.
Oh.
And like they haven't won a championship since.
Yeah.
And at the time, like at the time, Candace Parker was like
Juicy.
she was like the leading scorer.
Yeah, she's that girl.
Yeah,
She's
that's
that
what I'm saying. So.
Oh. I think
Yeah.
that could be it. Could be it.
I mean, you know, I think they just need to lock in. I feel like I was reading comments after the game on Sunday, and one of the comments that I read was just like, UConn just plays lazy. Like, when they lock in, but it's not.
I'm gonna
They're not
agree
consistent,
with
yeah.
you on that.
And I think that's
I'm
their
gonna
biggest
agree with
issue.
whoever wrote that because I think of the Nika Mule game, and that was locked in. Like, she was really locked in. Like, Caitlin was not scoring. Like, there was like, I mean, like, that was very locked in defense. And when they're on defensively, like, they are on, and like no one's scoring. Like, it's very much one of those things. So I feel like they need to play like a consistency thing. Like, they need to play like that all the time to be able to win.
Because we saw that you can get there. Like, we know that you're capable of this level of play. So why aren't we seeing
And
this
intensity,
on a
like,
regular
their
basis?
intensity on defense is crazy.
Right.
I'd be, I'd be so nervous it'd be, because it's just one of those things, like, when you're met with that kind of pressure, it's just, I don't know, it's just a different ball game. And especially in those atmospheres, and for them to have won by that much, like, at South Carolina, is tough to do. Like, that atmosphere is not a light atmosphere to play in either.
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, I guess if so you would say yours is UConn.
Yeah.
So who's yours?
I'd say I'm gonna say UCLA for now.
Like, that is just the basic answer, though. Like, just because, like, UCLA is that team this year, like, that, I feel like is just, like, the easy cop.
Or I'm not gonna lie, USC.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, USC.
Valid.
Okay.
Although we'll see how it goes, because I mean, like, Juju is really the one that's been carrying those games.
I feel like it's always been Juju, though.
Yeah, so I'm like when she gets up against a team that has like a good defender up against her, we'll see how that works.
But I thought she had, that Maryland game was tough for her. I don't know who was guarding her.
I didn't see that game.
I just remember, well, I only saw it because Massonis posted about it, because her girlfriend plays on that team. But I just forget, like, I think I remember, like, it was a tough game for her. Or, like, and they, like, ended up losing, I think. Maryland? I could be really wrong. Or it was, like, a really tight game. See, I know you're going to fact check me right now.
I am fact checking.
But it was kind of a recent game. And I don't know if it was, like,
They won 79-74.
Women? Or
Yeah.
just women? UCLA.
Oh, yeah.
Or
USC, yes.
Yeah, it was like a tight game. I remember it being a really tight game.
She can hold her own, though.
But so how many points did she have that game, though? It was not a lot.
That's what I'm pulling up.
It was like, I remember it was like a small chunk.
She had 21 points.
Yeah, like usually she's putting up 40, so.
In
In those...
context, yes.
In the context of 40-point games and how many she's had, I think they held their own.
Yeah, for sure.
They had her locked up, though, I remember that. So, I don't know, I feel like USC, I guess, like, that is a good option.
So who's yours then?
Well, mine is always going to be South Carolina.
Yeah.
It will always be South Carolina because I'm a big Dawn girl. And I love Tahina Pau and Malaysia and, like, all of them. But, like, I feel like if it wasn't South Carolina, I don't know, like, because I feel like I'm happy if any of them win. But I feel like I always get into the mode of, like, when I turn on the TV, and, like, whenever I'm watching a game, I always do this. Like, I feel like regardless of what kind of game it is, like, I always end up picking a team to root for.
Yeah.
In the end. So, like, when I turn on the TV and, like, they're playing, like, I guess I'll figure it out when I'm watching the game.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I don't know, I'm nervous to see how it all plays out and matches up. Like, I'll be surprised, like...
Yeah, my bracket's gonna be...
My bracket is gonna
I
be
never
really
make one
messy.
because I just know it's not gonna work out.
Well, who's in the bracket right now? Oh, Iowa's in here, too?
They're ninth, though.
Villanova girl. Just because they have that girl from Villanova. UCLA.
Notre Dame is number one.
Oh, yeah, Notre Dame. There's a lot of drama with that team, too. A lot of heat
Trust
with
me.
that girl Hidalgo. See, have you heard about that Hidalgo heat, or no? You haven't heard about the drama with
Tell
her?
me, no.
Apparently she's, like, homophobic.
We love that.
No, like, deep homophobe. Like,
What team is this?
Notre Dame. And her like, whole teammate is, like, very much, like, involved with women. So, like... But I, again, another TikTok find. Like, I always get into the loops of TikTok. TikTok has been really drama teen.
No, TikTok, but
heavy.
I was her teammate. But, you know,
Well,
she's a great basketball player.
I think she's interesting. I think Hidalgo's just, like, you know. See, you would know best, but I know from, you know, I just know. Like, what do you think about her? On the personal level, due to the fact that you were around her a lot.
I have a lot of respect for her as a basketball player.
I mean, off the court.
This is about basketball, so yeah, that's great.
So off the court it's sounding like a no comment, which sounds like there's tension in the water. Is what it sounds like. Would you agree?
Not tension,
I wouldn't
but
say that.
I went to a Catholic high school, so do what you want with that information.
Agreed. I think she is super religious, so, like, I guess, like, I get that whole aspect of it. But I think you do also have to understand, like, I don't know.
No, yeah.
I just have, you know, my thoughts, which I do think is weird because, like, Hidalgo is not the girl I would not think she's that kind of girl.
Yeah, just looking at her, I would not think she's that kind of girl.
Because I think otherwise of her. Like, I think, you know, there's things to question there. I just think there's things to question there.
I feel like...
I think there's things to question with a lot of female basketball athletes. True or false? True or false, guys? Like, I think there is, but hey, I'm just saying.
I can see both sides of that coin.
But I do wonder, like, what's her teammate's name?
Olivia Miles?
Yes, I do wonder what Miles thinks about it. Like, I do wonder what she, like, if that draws a wrench between the two of them.
Alright.
Because I thought that they were locked in besties, and now after that, I don't know about all that. Or, like, I do wonder if she's ever expressed something to her, or, like, how she acts. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd be concerned if I was sitting in the locker room next to her.
Probably.
And she was acting like that. Like, I think I would be like, okay, this is like, you're like in the hot seat right now, and you're in my locker room, and that's an uncomfy situation.
The U.S. women's soccer team had an issue like that a few years ago. With Jaylene Hinkle, who is no longer on the team. Quickly
she
removed herself from the team, is the story, because she didn't want to wear the Pride jerseys. And there was like, so essentially, first of all, she said she called her teammates like the devil, like devil spawn, yada yada. A lot of homophobic rhetoric. On top of this, she went to the team and she's like, I'm not wearing these jerseys. And they're like, that's cool, but we're wearing them, so you can just not be a part of this camp, and then you can be a part of the next camp, but these are the jerseys we're wearing. This is the mission we're doing. So then she left the team and like went on this campaign about how she was removed from the team because of her religious beliefs, and like started to spew a lot of very questionable statements about her primarily queer teammates. And it was like, what are we really doing here? Like, do you know what sport
it's called
you're in?
5 seconds
You're
of fame,
in
guys.
women's soccer.
It's called 5 seconds
Professional
of fame.
women's soccer. Like, have you not been around queer women your entire life? You played soccer forever. Like, I know you've had queer teammates before. Like,
It's called the 5 seconds of fame, and we all love that for the girlies that get involved with it, because it's really hot piping tea on TikTok.
I mean, honestly, yes. I couldn't tell
the
you
comment
anything
section
she's
too
done.
is hilarious.
Because TikTok in general right now is really hot with a lot of tea. Like, not even just athletic sports tea, and I've been really deep in it, all of it.
Oh my god.
But that's, like, side note. I see what you have pulled up, and I like what you have pulled up.
Yeah. Okay, so the you guys seen the 2v2 competition?
Yeah.
The Hennessy Arena at the Hennessy Arena.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I did not know that was happening until I seen it on Instagram when I opened up Instagram.
They announced
But
it
I'm
really
not
late.
I know, but I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not either. I didn't even know it was happening either, but, you know.
I know, yeah.
You guys know why I
It's
like
a
it.
great matchups. I mean, I always had Enrique and Dejanay
Well,
winning.
duh. Like, I don't even know why there was any question to even, like, who did they even play against? Oh.
Jackie Young and
They're old. Like,
Graham.
they're not even competition for real. And
Yeah, but it was like,
Yeah.
and then Asia was like
Asia was like the
host all
MC,
time.
like, oh
but
my
like she's
God.
like talking like mid foul
Mid-game.
shot, like mid game.
It was so funny. I was cracking up.
We love
Wait, what do you guys think of Jackie Young?
Point guard.
I think Jackie Young is interesting.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
She's very quiet.
like really quiet.
Yeah, like I don't
Which
know
makes me,
anything
like,
about Jackie
exactly.
Young to feel any way about Jackie Young.
That's what I feel like it's like a weird quiet. Like, why are you so quiet? Like, I wonder like what her life is.
Maybe she's just shy, like don't like talking.
I mean, come on, you can't win like all these championships and be that quiet.
Maybe she's just nonchalant, like
Nonchalant. Come on.
Yeah, she's giving Caitlyn. I just want to play basketball. That's what she does.
That's like a different. That's
Not in
the
the
I
way
want to
that
play
she does.
basketball is a different.
Yeah, maybe I get the vibe from her that she's just very introverted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but damn, like how introverted can you be?
Yeah. After a certain point, it's like, okay, how many years into your pro career are we? Like,
Like, girl, give
can
me
we
some.
get right, like a little bit of something.
Give me a laugh.
Right, like
Like-
some like social something like.
Because I mean,
something on the
Dejanay,
background.
Enrique. You know the stories with them. They're in the light. Like, you know the stories. Jackie, though, like, I had not heard a single thing about Jackie ever.
It's literally, Coach Rich said this at the event the other week. Like, sports is about story. Like, you have to know.
Yes.
You have that's what connects you.
Guys,
That's what gets
Coach
you.
Rich is so tapped
locked
in.
in.
Like, she is businesswoman mindset, tapped in always. When she gave that speech, or like her talk, she was so on that. Like, she was just hitting everything nail on the head, like, everything.
Of course.
Because she always does, because it's, like, that business mindset, and that's something, like, I do really admire about her. Sorry, I have to give her 5 seconds. But, like, I do really admire that about her, because being a coach, like, I feel like you do have to be really, like, I don't know, like, I guess businessy mindset, and, like, be able to lead a team, and I feel like she knows, like, okay, like, yeah, like, the stories situation, like, that's, like, a big thing, and, like, you have to be able to talk to media, and you have to be able to, you know, have a story. Like, fine, like, Caitlin has her story, cool, but, like, she's not the most media, PR trained kind of gal. Like, on the other hand, someone like Enrique, she has a story, you see her, like, can talk about things, or Asia, or Angel, typical Angel Reese. But I feel like a lot of them just, either they have it or they don't, and I feel like Jackie also does fall in that category of, like, she doesn't have it.
It says a lot about, like, their college experience, because I feel like certain coaches, like, they make that a part of, like, how they position, like, how they prepare you for, like, the next stage, whereas, like, other schools don't do that as much, and you can kind of see it in, like, who's coming
you can see the difference, because even, like, with LSU, like, as much as Kim Mulkey is Kim Mulkey, like, she's really, like, trained in PR, like, heavy, and, like, is really good about it.
Oh, yeah. She don't let nothing slip.
She lets nothing slip. She'll leave you on that edge of that seat all year. Okay? And I think, like, okay, we don't love her on certain aspects, but I do, like, admire that about her, because, like, a lot of coaches are quick to give stuff up, or, like, are quick to be like, yeah, like, she's just not playing because we had this issue, or, like, they're not playing because of this happened in the locker room, or this blowout occurred, like, stuff like that. I feel like we don't all need to know that, you know, like, because I feel like it's personal things, like, if they were not in the spotlight as, like, top college athletes, like, if something happened with, like, any, like, D3 school, like, we would never know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's 1,000,004 things, like, crazy allegations, crazy situations that occur, but, like, we don't hear about it because they're smaller schools, or, like, quieter about it. And I feel like coaches in those, like, on those big stages, like, they tend to, some of them hold their own and, like, don't say anything, such as Kim. Others, on the other hand, like, fumble the bags sometimes.
Period. On the topic of Kim, really quick, did you guys see the clip of her smacking Simone Augusta's clipboard out of
so
her
funny.
hand?
No, like...
Oh my god.
She just stood there, like...
Because what are you doing? I have nothing to do with why you're upset right now. Like, just sitting here doing my job.
It happens
like,
sometimes, though.
And I literally watched that clip so many times.
I was just cracking up. I was like, wow, she must think this is so funny.
Because, like, what are we doing?
Like, why did you just smack that out of my hand?
And she stood there, like...
She was just like...
Literally, I, like, sent it to Dr. G, and she was like, how long do you think before Simone quits? And I was like, she's locked in. She's locked in.
Yeah, but so what's the... Like, can we please reroute back into when we had this whole conversation about Kim, and, like, when that whole story came out? Like, why did she all of a sudden come to go work for her? Like, why did she come to work for Kim?
I think it had more to do with her connections to LSU as a player.
Was Kim there when she...
No. Kim wasn't her coach.
Who was her coach?
Let's see.
I thought Kim was her coach.
I didn't think so. Let's see.
I had a feeling... No, I swear like I've seen a picture of her and Kim. Unless I'm really wrong. Or a gal that looks like Kim, maybe? Or maybe like one of her years.
Like an old guy. That's how low-key though, that's how I imagine like every other women's coach besides Dawn
and Kim.
Yeah.
They're all old men. Or men in general. Which...
Did you see that clip where Lisa Leslie went on Angel Reese's podcast and she said that she was in the running to be a WNBA head coach for her team. She didn't say what
for Cleveland.
She said she
tried
out.
She said for like.
She said she tried out for 2 teams and they didn't pick her twice. And she said, I'm never doing it again.
How? Why would they fumble Lisa Leslie like that? Like
because maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's not a good coach. You have to think about it. It's like a coaching thing. Some players will never be a good coach. That's a fact.
Yes, but I've never seen. I mean, she's never coached. How do we know that?
Because maybe they went through a trial thing and like they went through things with her when interviewing and she just did not answer the right way. Like she'd probably be a good assistant coach, like plays and like all that kind of stuff. but probably not like the head coach, like motivator kind of gal. You know what I mean? Like,
It was not Kim, I can confirm.
it was man.
No, it was a woman.
Blonde?
No, it was a black woman, Pokey Chapman.
Hmm.
But she did play for LSU. She has a statue at LSU, so
It makes sense. It
I
makes
could
sense. I
see
get it.
how her connections would play into it. I don't see her and Kim
Being like this.
I don't see them balancing each other that well, but you know, I'm sure the check is good. So, but
It defo is.
I like with the Lisa Leslie thing. It's like on one hand, like I fully like understand her like feeling like that's
Yeah, I do
wild,
too.
but at the same time, like she hasn't had the most coaching experience. Like she has had some, but she hasn't had a vast amount of coaching
That like
experience.
reminds
in
me of like
comparison to
the
some
JJ
of the
Redick
other ones.
situation. Like when he like I saw like he had only coached like a middle school basketball team or
Mhm.
something,
Because she
and now he's
coached
like
in
coaching the NBA. Team.
Ice Cube's league for like
Oh,
2 seasons,
yeah.
and she won a championship with that team. But it's like that's the only like professional
Validation, yeah.
coaching experience she has. So I could see why teams would turn her down compared to people who have experience.
Right, I think
And
it
the
also, like, she didn't mention the teams. Like, I think it also matters what teams
Yeah.
it was.
True.
Because, like, you do have to think about, like, as much as the W wants to be like, we're pro this, we're pro that, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ, yada yada, not everyone is like that,
Mhm.
period. And that's just what it
Yeah,
is.
ownership matters.
Yeah. So I think that definitely could probably have made a big part in it.
Yeah, but like all up to her. I would love to see her in a coaching position at some point, but
I think USA Basketball, she should just go that route.
valid.
Like, why not?
Alright, just to be like I'm never doing it again is a big jump.
Yeah, I feel like something had to have occurred, though.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it was, like, a team that she had, like, really rocked with, or, like...
Or like she made it to like the last round. or
Yeah,
something.
like... That's pushing it, though. I don't think she's could be that good of a coach. I
Okay.
fear. Last round?
Valid. It's valid.
Like, last round, maybe not. But I could see her being, like, a USA Basketball coach, like, you know.
I
No?
could not head coach.
Oh, definitely
No.
not head coach. Definitely not.
No.
Like I said, assistant coach. I think.
But yeah, I
assistant
could see
coach.
her being an assistant coach, but I don't think she would be. I don't think she would accept anything other than a head coaching position, and I feel
Yeah,
like
but then
that's
I
why she's not gonna get. A
Yeah, but that's also kind of like why, like, you're not the number one coach of the year, so calm down. Like, you played in the
Right.
WNBA, like, you're not that girl.
And I
like,
feel
we
like
get it,
a
but
lot of veterans or like league legends think
they
that
think they're
like
them.
right, like having a legendary career like makes up for like
Translates.
everything else, and it doesn't. And
It
it's not
really
fair
doesn't.
for that to be for it to be that way.
Yeah, but they also shouldn't be thinking that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them really, like, they were good, but, like, we're past you now. And, like, there's a lot of girls that are really good now. That could be better. I mean, it did kind of show in that Unrivaled. I mean, let's call it how it is. To become full circle, it's with the young girls now.
Valid.
It's with the rising stars, some may say.
The last thing I have that I wanted to bring up was the new WNBA team that we're apparently getting in Cleveland.
It's not
Ohio.
apparent. This is
Okay, first
happening.
of all, it's not new. Okay, they already had a team. They are bringing back a
The
team.
Cleveland Rockers.
Which I love that for them. It's the first location that had a team fold that has been given another chance. Love that for them. Hopefully it works out this time.
Part two.
However, I feel as though before anywhere should have gotten a second chance, Philly should have gotten its first chance. Personally, I just don't know how you got to number 2 when you skipped number 1, but
Listen, we've been here before, guys.
I know, but how many times do I have to go through it? Like,
We've been here many of times. I'm a supporter of it, but
I hope it works out. I hope it works out.
you didn't sound big. That doesn't.
I want success for every WNBA.
No, actually, like, and at the end of the day, all I want is for the league to expand and grow. So
Yeah.
having a team in Cleveland, Ohio, the home of, not the home of LeBron, but Ohio is the home of LeBron. But if having a team in Cleveland is gonna help with that, then whatever floats your boat.
I think that I think this is good. Like maybe all these girls won't get cut this year. Or
Yes.
in the next.
Well, in the
years.
next
In the next few
years,
years, yeah.
Maybe
That's
the
always-
teams will stay
It's
the
always
teams.
brutal.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. When you get drafted and then you get cut, it's a little bit weird of a situation. Because it's not normal. But I'm thinking, when is the WNBA draft?
April something.
Guys, I think we should do. Before that, we have to do an episode of us like doing our own draft. Because you guys already know how my draft's gonna go. I'd say.
We all on the
April
page
14th.
going
Sedona
first.
number 1.
Stop. Actually,
Guys,
stop.
like, wait, no, like, come on, like,
No.
what's the vibe with Sedona? Do we think they're gonna draft her?
No way.
No.
Yeah, but like, do we
No.
think she's gonna get kicked off at TCU? Like, where do we think this is?
I don't think she's
she's
gonna
gonna
get
get
kicked off at TCU,
Definitely not
especially with
TCU,
it
Texas
being
Christian
her
University.
last year. It's her 7th year of college basketball, so it's her last.
7?
Seven
Yeah,
times the
that's
charm,
what the
yeah.
that's what the article said. So, I think they'll let her finish it out, especially with it being her last year. But I would really look down on any front office that drafted her. Like, seriously look down. No.
What if
morals,
they have
no
a
backbone.
What if they have a March Madness run?
They're
What if
not
they're in the
gonna have a
Final
March
Four?
Madness run.
I feel like they were ranked pretty high. I looked at
What if they're in the Final Four?
the thing. Okay, I think
They're
I
not
got
gonna
them.
get in the Final Four.
Furthest they'll go is Elite Eight.
And if they win?
That's not happening.
That's a little delusional.
Yeah, delusional, yeah, but I just kind of want to see, like,
If
what,
they
like, I just
won,
would love to see that. Like,
I
it'd
would
be
write
crazy.
a strongly worded letter to the NCAA about their continued silence on the topic and how deeply upset I am.
Were they
I'm just
silent?
gonna act-
Were they
I'm just gonna act
silent or
like
were
she
they
doesn't
silenced?
exist.
Like, what's going on?
She has too much influence, they can't get rid of her.
Yeah, because she called them out once, so, you know.
They're scared.
They're scared to call her out.
It all
so
makes
I
sense
get it.
now.
It comes full circle, per usual.
She's gonna blackmail some
Yeah,
GM.
I think that's the
like,
lore, actually.
They
Yeah.
were silenced, not silent. I get it.
Okay, I can believe that.
It definitely could happen that way. I feel like a lot of people are silenced due to Sedona Prince.
That's what the.
But maybe
said.
not now because like everyone's coming out about it, so I don't know, maybe they're not.
We'll
Yikes.
see. Whatever the future holds.
Whatever the future holds, maybe Philly WNBA team is one of the things. Praying. But I'm
That's all I got
signing
for
off.
today, yeah.
Yeah.
signing off, guys.
Signing off.
Toodle.